Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday, so you know we're here with Terry Johnson online everywhere, but especially from New York City. How you doing this morning, TJ?
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? And when you say New York, it's like because we've got the most cases, unfortunately, but I've been
Mm,
staying indoors, so I feel
so am
like
I.
we're holding on. So I hope
Yes.
that you guys are holding on too. And we're here. We're here live. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're right here to give you the knowledge that you need to help you create a business that's fun to run. So just like Terralita said, that's the intro. That's why we're here. Oh,
Absolutely. And
so
on Tuesday, we're talking social media, right?
yep, we're
What
talking social
what better
media.
time than now?
Yep, we're talking social media, we're talking digital marketing, we're talking content marketing, we're talking email, we're talking all of those things. And today's topic, I'm going to bring up the banner, is in the lead.
Mm,
What is that? Well, get ready. We're going to talk about that. And I see that we have some people. Do we have people in the chat? Not yet, but I do see some people. But if you're here, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, because we have people that are all over the world. We had people from England and Scotland
mm-hmm.
and all. Oh, so if you're here right now, say hi, good morning. I see Jerry is here. Good morning. Blessings. Thank you for joining us today. So we have people from all over the world. It makes me kind of happy to know that, it's just not people in the United States, all 50 states, but it's everywhere. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So welcome to today's discussion. I never call it a show. It's a
I
discussion.
love that.
And like I said at the top of at the beginning, we're going to talk about digital marketing topics and tips and strategies and things that you can do to help you grow your business online. And I try to cover a wide variety of topics. Whatever I happen to see for the week, that's news. Right now, there's a lot of new things going on because, like at the beginning of the year, January, we talked about digital marketing trends for 2020. That's thrown
Mm-hmm.
out the window because of what's going on with the pandemic. So everything is new. And I find that exciting. I do. That everything is kind of new and we're starting from scratch, especially for digital marketing. And I know this is a bad time for some families and we pray for them and we think about you guys and the healthcare workers and everything. But unfortunately, the rest of the world is trying to go on, as you see with all the things that are happening in the news. People want to get started. They want
Yes,
their
I
business.
didn't.
Yeah, right. They want their business to start again. Um, as a matter of fact, I think the state of Georgia is opening up on Friday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, several of them are trying to open up before the end of the month, and I'm just
Well,
like,
Georgia is
really?
doing it Friday. Georgia is doing it Friday. Like they're opening
Wow.
gyms and beauty salons and other places. So the question that I see a lot online is how are those types of businesses keep to the 6 feet distance? You have to keep
And
6 feet
the
away.
restaurant thing. Yeah, I was listening to that
Yeah.
today, and they were talking about that they may come back half staffed and every other table, and I'm like, what? Okay. All right, people. And in
That's
bars, how you gonna keep drunk people from being close to each other?
Well, I don't think the bars are open. I think it's just going to be restaurants, beauty salon. And correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. This is what I heard on the news. That it's gyms, beauty salons, nail places. How are those
Yes.
people? And the
I said,
nails, you're right there. You're right in
well,
front of
not only
somebody.
that, they're touching your feet. And
Mm-hmm.
what if you have a cut or a sore? Or, do you
Because
understand?
we don't, right. I understand what you're saying because we don't know. And Tara and I was talking about this before we came on. We don't really know all the particulars and the details because this is new. No one has a study on it. It's a new virus. So we're not going to know until months later when they study everything that happens, how you get it. I mean, right now we're talking, droplets or coughing and sneezing, but
Hmm.
who's to say it can't be transmitted another way. We don't know. They don't know. So
Well, all it wants is entrance into your body.
right,
So I'm
right.
thinking, there's no way I'm going to have my feet and nails done. I mean, it's just not that serious. I'll soak them at home and put some olive oil on them till this is
Well,
over.
okay, let's talk about that a little bit. Now, it's been almost 5 weeks, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have gone to YouTube, and I was saying the other day, YouTube is a treasure trove of beauty tips and how to
Mm-hmm.
they tell you how to make weaves, they tell you how to make wigs, they tell you how to do your nail. Everything on YouTube. Those are, women that have been on before, right
Mm-hmm.
before this
Yes.
happened, and they were like, telling you beauty tips and how to do this and how. So now all of those things are instructions for people that are who knew they were going to be captured at home like this and not able to go to the salon or things like that. Oh, Jill's
Mm-hmm.
here. Good morning,
Yes.
Jill. And she's
Jill
got
and,
some
and
comments.
Jerry said the same thing. Can you put their
Jerry
comments
said
up?
that you glove and mask. And then Jill says the nail tech problem probably wears mask and glove. Okay, that's good. So they have to keep with that standard. And then she says, I
Mm-hmm.
know we can't go to a restaurant with a mask on or out in 90-degree Sacramento weather this Friday. Right. So that's the dilemma. That's what's going on right now, is that states need businesses to open because businesses bring in taxes. Taxes is revenue for the state, so they can provide services for us like fire and police and garbage and all of those things. So I understand that they want to open up, and we talked about it a little on Friday. People were like, well,
Mm-hmm.
are you going out? And I was like, I'm not going out, but there will be people that will go out, so they have to
Yes.
figure the 6 feet. This is
Mm-hmm.
the question I have about restaurants. The server has to come to your table and ask you. So are they gonna yell across, hey, what do you want? Number two. You're gonna have to order by number
Or can
or
you text your order from your table to
that's
the
a good idea.
counter?
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. So now that ties into what we talked about before about businesses having their digital plan. Like how are you going to do things that are strictly online? So
Well,
here's
my
another
thing is,
thing. Hmm.
are they going to take people's temperatures before they come in?
They might. They did it in China. I read some
Yeah,
stories.
exactly.
Starbucks, you couldn't go in Starbucks without them, with the wand, the one they
They,
hold in front of you.
yeah.
So are we going
Mm-hmm.
to do that? Those are all good questions that we don't have the answer to, and Georgia is going to be the guinea pig for us. Sorry, but they want to open up. They are opening up on Friday, so we shall see what happens. But I
Mm-hmm.
like the idea
Mm-hmm.
of texting your order. Or here's another thing. We talked about Starbucks a few months ago, that there was Starbucks that you could order through the app and roll up into the place and just pick it up.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
remember, I think we said that a
Yeah.
couple a
Yeah,
couple
because
months ago.
Fran used it well before all of this.
Mhm.
She had
Mhm.
her order, um, what would you call it,
Put it
saved
put
in
yeah,
in the app, and then
right.
she would just tell them she's coming, and they'd have it
Right, and
ready.
they have it ready, so you come in, and in this case, you wouldn't have to come in. They could have like a little, the drive-through window, but they could have that here because here in New York we don't do drive-throughs. Everything's walk up, so they could have a
Mm-hmm.
walk-up window, and say you're 5 minutes away or whatever, and you put your order in, and by the time you get there, it's ready. Or in the case of a restaurant, you could sit down and they could put your food there. The server
Okay.
can
Well,
put your food there without you being there, and then you show up.
oh, like you pre-order.
Yes, it would have to
You
be a pre-order situation.
you
But
pre-order you, and we give you a table
right,
number. When you sit at
mm-hmm,
that table, we
right.
text
You
you to
come
see,
in, mm-hmm,
are you Mr. So and so? Okay, we have your order. Your order will be up in 5 minutes.
right,
So it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. It would have to be timed that way, and also the tables. You can't. Before a
The
restaurant would try
spacing.
to they would try to get as many tables in, but now we can't do that. We can't
Well,
sit
the
elbow
other
to
thing,
elbow.
think about this too, Terry, is
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know if people will come back in full force anyway. So
That's a question.
it may be very easy to keep them separated. How you doing, Brenna?
Hey, Brenna. Good morning. Glad to see you. How you doing? So we're just doing a little pre-talk before today's topic, which
Mhm.
is in the lead.
Mhm.
I'm going to get into that, and it's a big one. I'm really going to talk a little bit about like the 101, like what you should know. Um, but we were just talking a little bit about Georgia opening up and how that businesses need to open up. I understand that. It's
Mm.
not that we don't want the business to open. We want to be
Yep.
safe. So
Exactly.
Carolina was saying a lot of people might not go in, and I'm one of them. I'm not. I just no. I'm just going to do things my
It's
way.
gonna be a minute for me.
It's
It's
going
gonna be
yeah,
a minute.
I'm not, but there are some people that will rush out first thing because we saw that with Florida. They opened the beaches and they as soon as they whatever they the gate or whatever, the people rushed in. Um Jill says, I'm curious how business owners are budgeting for new practices needed to open safely, new tech, new equipment, etc. Several friends in the wellness field don't have access to PPP to open safely. Yes, that's a good
Mm.
question. That's a good question. Where's the money coming from? And again, like we were saying with the restaurant, I want to go back to that because they have a closeness factor
Mhm.
because the more tables is more revenue. So now they have to have less tables. That what does that do to the budget? They're not going to have as many options for meals. They may not. They may cut back on the servers. They're going to have to look at their budget.
Now you see, I can remember. You're not old enough to remember this, but I can
Mm-hmm.
remember when the first Eaton Parks opened up on the Pennsylvania Turnpike,
Uh
and the young ladies used to skate out there because we were teenagers. Skate out there
Right.
and bring the orders to the car and set them on a tray.
Yeah.
So you could go by, pick up your tray. I'm thinking, maybe you could go by,
Yeah.
pick up
Yeah.
your
That was
tray,
that was an
and then
idea. Yeah.
they could skate over and put it on the tray and get out of Dodge because you were
That's true.
prepaid on
With
the
the
app
and they'd have to wear the mask and the gloves.
and the gloves. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So again, this is where businesses have to think, okay, I'm going to open, but I can't open the way I did before. They had
Yeah,
and like here, Jill says less tables, less employees, right? Less
true.
revenue. Everything's not
Exactly.
going to be the same as it was before, right?
Although, if people know you're open, California, we are all about cars. So
Okay, there
most
you go.
of our businesses have drive-throughs,
Then that's
and
that's going to be your that's what you're going to be your focus.
that
Maybe a
that's
restaurant
our
that wasn't their
go-to.
focus, right? Maybe that
Yes,
wasn't their focus before.
I mean, the line for Starbucks was going up the street. It was like people were
Mhm.
parked. I was like, what is this? Because, I'm going by the freeway entrance. I'm like,
Right?
what is this? Because usually people are
Because
just
you've
getting
never
off the
seen that
freeway.
line before, right?
And it was, I'm like, it's
You
out.
never
If
seen
it's,
that line for Starbucks before.
I've seen a line
Like
for
that.
Starbucks, but not
Not
out in the
like that.
street. Like, I'm like,
True. There's lines.
whoa. People
That's
want their
one.
coffee.
That's one of the things we got to get used to is the lines.
Yeah.
There's lines for the grocery store. There's lines everywhere. So
Hmm.
the deal for businesses is they're gonna have to think of innovative ways to open, but you're not going to be 100%. Like if you were making, I don't know, I'll say 10,000 a week or whatever number you were making as a restaurant, a busy, very busy restaurant, you're not going to get that. So I think
Hmm.
expectations need to be lowered. So.
Well, I think you need to ramp up your paper goods because a
Mhm.
lot of people are going to want takeout.
Yes,
You
that's
know what I'm
another
saying?
option.
Now that they
Mhm.
know you're open, they're more susceptible to get takeout, and they may want takeout to take to someone who's working in a critical industry and can't,
Right,
like hospital workers. They may want
right.
to take something to their sister or something to their brother or someone or uncle or somebody who's working in that kind of an environment and
Mhm,
can't get
mhm.
away.
Right.
So now it's easier if they can come pick it up than, because the restaurants, some of them are actually delivering to hospitals in great
Yeah,
quantity.
mhm. Some of them are.
Mhm.
So a restaurant in this case, we're talking restaurant because I think that's one of the hardest businesses to try to figure it out. They're gonna have to do a combination of less tables if they're dining in, and they're gonna have
Mhm.
to try to pivot to more drive-through, pickup, takeout, delivery if they can. So people have to work on it. Breathing Space says, I'm receiving a lot of solicitations from cleaning companies offering sanitation. A cleaning company might be a good startup. Oh, I agree. Cleaning company,
Absolutely.
yes, because that's another part of killing the virus is having clean, sanitized surfaces.
Hmm.
And here in New York, the MTA, the subway, they're cleaning like every, I think it was every 72 hours, 72 hours. It might be every day now, but they never
Probably.
clean it. They never cleaned the subways before. I mean, they clean the cars, like inside of the cars where people
I know
drop
what you're
litter,
saying.
but they are wiping down the
The
turnstile. They're wiping
doors,
down the doors.
the
They never did
seats,
that before.
the coin thingy.
Yeah, everything. The thing you swipe. Now we have the OM, is it OMNY, where you get to tap your phone
Okay.
to the screen. They're rolling that out. But it's like, okay, they're cleaning everything now when they didn't do it before. So there's an opportunity. Cleaning companies.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that shows you that in the midst of the pandemic and midst of this, thing that's going on that's disrupting the world, there are businesses that are growing and will grow. So that's what I was saying. Some businesses are going to be great, are doing exceptionally well, and some
Mhm.
are not. And you have to think about, if I can't make a change today, I have to think about, well, let me re-engage my customers or keep me top of mind with them until it get to a point where the customers will come back. So this it's a it's a thought, it's an idea. So now we're talking about in the lead, which I'm going to talk about is lead generation. So if you haven't heard
Okay.
of that, I'm going to explain a little bit about it. Now it's a really big subject. So I just wanted to kind of give you the basics of what is it and how does it work. And before
Mhm.
we do that, we want to make sure that everyone here invites people to the discussion. The more heads together, the more ideas, more fun, more laughter. I know, we're gonna have a lot of laughs because that's what we do. It's not that it's everybody there are people that have lost loved ones, unfortunately. We're sorry for that, but things have to keep going. We can't stay still. We can never stand in
Mhm.
one spot. So we kind of have to go forward
Yes,
unwillingly. So
and
we're
we
gonna
do not diminish that fact. I mean, I've
no.
had several customers who have had a loss,
Hmm.
and so we want to express empathy. But
Yeah,
right, but we're getting ready to talk about how to use social media for business in this
yeah.
environment.
Because
So,
business is still going on. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we still got to keep walking, and we're going to do that here. So now, what do I mean about I said invite. So if you're on Facebook, you
Mm.
know how to share. If you're on Periscope, you know how to bring people into the discussion we're talking about. If you're on YouTube, everywhere, you know how to share. There's a share button. There's something that says bring people in. So let's do that. And we'll have, so everybody can get the knowledge that you guys are getting, and everybody's watching. Also, the replay gang, I know you're watching. I know the replay gang watching. So, hi, replay gang. Put your hashtag replay gang, or let us know where you are. We're really interested in that. Like I said before, we're getting a lot of international people watching, and that's great. So, everybody's getting the knowledge that they need today. So, we appreciate that. Now, in the lead is lead generation. Now, if you don't know what lead generation is, I have a definition. I'm going to bring it up.
Okay.
And actually, I found out that there's several ways to explain it, but I want to read
Oh,
the
okay.
definition and then I want to simplify it because I was like, okay, everybody's got a different way of saying lead generation. So, lead generation, let me bring up my notes. I got a lot of notes here. Okay, a lead is traditionally a person who has shown interest in your company's services or products and has given valuable information such as contact information and additional background information, and the lead generation strives to initiate action from a potential customer. Okay, so
Okay.
that was a lot there. So what a lead is just someone who's interested in your business, because before we talked about with the process of putting your business online and getting started with digital marketing is attention. I've always said that the first thing, people think content is first, but it's really attention. You got to get the attention first, And you can use content to do that, or you can do other ways of getting attention. So just think about, how do I get attention first? Then you have the content, which is the information that this person or this audience needs to know that they're interested in. And once you do that, and that could be content, content is posting on social medias, ads, it's offline things. It used to be offline things. It's not anymore because we're not meeting in person. And once you
Mm-hmm.
do all of that, you tell them what to do, which is the call to action. You tell them, go to my website, go to my, this, get on my email list. But see, that whole process is called lead generation. That's the technical term for it when we say in marketing. But it's just probably getting the attention of someone who might be interested in your product or services, and then making sure that you talk to them, build a relationship, and then you ask them to do something. Usually, the call to action is usually an ebook. You've seen that. Go to my link and download my ebook, or
Mm-hmm.
go and get my checklist, or a lot of people now are doing roadmaps, or whatever it is that you're leading a person to. Give your email and download the piece of information. That whole process is called lead generation. You're getting someone interested by attention, by content into your business, getting them to do something, to take action so you can get their email address. But there's another part of it. There's a part of it called the sales funnel. And I don't know if you've heard of that.
I
It
keep hearing about this, and it sounds so convoluted.
Okay, so see, that's why I'm saying, that's why we're doing lead generation. All of this is a big pot called lead generation, but there's little things that you've done already, but it's really a process. And it can get complicated. I've been on webinars and I've been on discussions with other marketing experts, and I'm like, they make it complicated with all of the, they have pictures of the funnel and the top of the funnel and the middle of the funnel and the bottom of them. I want to make it really
Thank
simple,
you.
because lead generation is really important right now. That's why we were talking earlier about the pandemic and how things are different and how you have to make changes. So you're probably going to have to start a lead gen process, which is, like I said, it's simple. You get
Okay.
attention, you post content, you ask them to do something.
Ah.
That's a call to action, and you get their
Uh,
email address. Now, that's the most simple lead gen system, but there's more complicated ones where you get, once you get the email, you send them a welcome email, and then you send them a this email, and then there's a whole process that they have called drip email marketing, where a piece of content goes out to email every 2 or 3 days, but you set that. That's one thing. Now there's the sales funnel. And I want you to understand that the sales funnel is just what I said: attention, content, call to action, which is email, or
okay.
the landing page. Now that part is what they're calling it, the sales funnel. But I want you to know that it's
Okay.
just, don't get complicated. Don't. I've fallen on websites and things where people are making it complicated with all of these acronyms, and
Yes.
I'm like, listen, all a sales funnel is your content with the call to action. That could be email or a page, where, and if it's an email, that process. You get their email and you give them the ebook or the checklist or the PDF that you have to give them. That's lead gen. That's a sales funnel email. But
Okay.
there's another one called landing page, and the landing page is, all it is just a page on your website, or it could be a one page where it explains what it is that you did to get them there.
Okay.
Okay. So remember, in the beginning, I said it's attention, it's content, it's call to action, but you're doing those things with a specific goal in mind. You're not willy
Hmm.
nilly posting things. You've got a purpose. Okay. So let's use, for example, like if you're in the fashion or makeup, let's say makeup, and
Hmm.
you're all about makeup and teaching women how to look professional on Zoom or on business or whatever. So
Hmm.
you get
Hmm.
you know how to get their attention by posting stuff on social media or running ads. You get the attention, you use the content. So content means that you know what to post that they are interested in. So if you're talking about makeup, you're not going to post about golf. You're going to talk about makeup. You're going to talk
Hmm.
about the colors. You're going to talk about the types of makeup. You're going to talk about lipstick versus blush versus whatever the new thing is. You're posting content on your social media about that to get the attention. And then you say, hey, if you want to learn more, download my ebook, my checklist, my PDF, my whatever the thing is that you made. And then you send them to the page. That's what the funnel is. You make a page, and I've seen simple ones with just text. I've seen elaborate ones with videos and things for them to do. But really it's a page. It's not your website, because your website does a different task. Your website is like a brochure of your business. A sales page, a landing page is a targeted ask. You're telling them, here's one. Sign up for my makeup webinar where I'm going to talk about the latest trends in makeup and colors and things for summer, because summer's coming. Even though we're stuck at home or whatever, people can still buy makeup. People are still buying things on Amazon. People are still buying things on websites. So the process of buying hasn't stopped. It's just that we don't go to the store. It comes to us. We said it before. Things come to us now. So your lead gen would be, I'm going to have a webinar, or I'm going to have a class or a mini workshop, whatever whatever wording you want to. It's really up to you, the wording. There's no police saying you have to call it a webinar, you have to call it a mastermind, you have to call it a workshop, a mini. That's just terminology that people use that they like. So you can call it whatever you want, but you're going to talk to them about the trends for summer, and I want you to come and don't miss out. So you put all of that on your page, which is just a page to talk about that one thing. It's not to talk about your website. It's not to talk about your business, because you've done all those things in the previous stages before you got here. So remember, I said attention, content, call to action. You've done all that. So they know about you. They know what you do. So now the sales the lead gen process that we're in with the page is that you're being specific about getting them to listen to you or to follow you for a specific item. Like I said, the makeup person that's talking about summer. Everybody's not interested in that. So it would be women. You could do if you go by brand, you could do a certain age, or you do the demographics of if you want Gen Z or if you want older. But see, you're going to make that one page with a title that says, hey, join me. I'm talking about the summer trends for makeup. You don't want to miss it. And then you could put a little video of you talking, like a 30-second, 60-second video of you talking. Hey, join me for the video, the workshop, the whatever. And we're going to talk about X, Y, Z. So don't miss it, because you're going to learn a lot. And then below that, you put the information for where you're holding the event. Now, some people do Eventbrite. Some people do GoToWebinar. Some people do Zoom. Some people do Stream. That part, it really doesn't matter. But you're telling them, sign up for the workshop, webinar, whatever you're calling it, and you're going to have a space for them because you need their name and you need their email, and you send them the link to join the webinar or the workshop on the date. Okay. So that's the purpose of the page, the landing page. It could be, and it has to be a page without any menus or, sorry, got my AirPod falling out. It has to be a page where there's no menu to your website. It doesn't have a menu at the top. It doesn't have widgets on the side. It just says one thing. I want you to join I'm going to call it a mini workshop. I want you to join me a mini workshop about the trends for makeup and for summer, and don't miss it. So you have to write those things on that page that's going to get them to sign up. Oh, I can't miss this because I want to know what the new shades are for summer, the new color. So, but see, you have that knowledge. So you're going to put all of that on that one page. Now that whole process I just described is lead generation.
Oh,
it's a lot. There's a lot of factors that I really went over the bare bones of it, but there's so much more involved with that. I like the fact that you simplified it, because I am not a marketing guru. And so when we get into technical language like funnels and
a lead generation. I really do not understand the ins and outs of it, and
Right,
my eyes sort of roll back.
right.
So Lakeisha has a
Okay, yeah, I see it. So
uh-huh.
Lakeisha, hi Lakeisha, she said, I do this all the time in 5
She
different
does.
areas. Social media referrals, warm chats, usually network events and events online, right? So see,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Letitia. We have a
La- Lakeisha.
our attorney general in New York is called Letitia. And I was
Oh,
talking about her
uh-huh.
the other day. Is Lakeisha. She knows. So that's why if she's already doing this by
Mm-hmm.
having, and the whole lead generation process is the fact of, it's once you get to the end of the, the workshop, the webinar, whatever, then there's another part where you have to keep the touch with, hey, you attended the workshop last week, how are things going, I wanted to give you more, so you keep touching them with emails. That's why the
Mm-hmm.
email is so important. That's why the email is so important, because once you get the attention, you put the content, you do the call to action, you do the little workshop, you have their email, because after the workshop, you have more things to offer. You would
Mm-hmm.
have, I want to keep you on the list because I want to talk about the fall trends coming up in a couple of months. Don't miss that. Or whatever you're working on in between the summer and the fall. Whatever you want to keep them in the loop. So you're going to keep talking to them by sending them messages no more than once a week, or twice a week, not twice a week, every 2 weeks. But no more
Mm-hmm.
than, you don't want to bombard them with email every day. That's the quickest way to get them to unsubscribe. Like, you're sending too
Mm-hmm.
much messages. And here's another thing. You can also ask them, at the bottom, when you send them an email, at the bottom saying, is this too many messages? Let me know. And there's people do that. So there's a lot of things that go into lead generation, which is just,
Okay.
sales funnels. But this is the simple process of it. So Lakeisha
Lakeisha.
already knows the process because she's doing it.
Yeah, I
She's
was
doing it.
watching her the other day. Mm-hmm.
Right. So there is, people are doing this lead generation, but they're not calling the process what it is, giving out confusing information or acronyms, or I've seen it for myself, and I'm like, that's too confusing. You're over complicating something that's really simple, which is you get
Thank
the
you.
attention, you do the content, which is on social media, and you know what to say, and you
Mm-hmm.
always ask them to go to the next step, which is the call to action, and that could be get in your email list or get on your funnel, which is you send them to the landing page, and you get the information there, and you deliver the goods. But all of this has to do with people who want attention, or you get their attention, and they are targeted. It's a targeted audience. You don't, by the time you get them through this whole process to the mini workshop on makeup, you don't want everybody. See, this is
Mm-mm.
the key. Everybody's not your customer. With this long process that I explained at the end of it with the workshop, that's where the sales come from, because you are targeting the right audience, the right people who are interested, and they will go along the little journey with you like breadcrumbs. They go from one to the one to the one. And by the time you get them into that page where they sign up for the workshop, those are your clients, your customers, because they've joined this journey with you. They're ready to buy at the end of it. That's the whole
Okay.
process. And I know a lot of people complicate it. I've seen it myself. Like I said, I was looking for a real definition for lead generation. And it was like everybody had different things to say. And I'm like, you are complicating it with its attention, its content, call to action. Then you get them on your email list, or you send them to the sales page. Now, here's another thing with that. When you get to the email list and landing page,
Uh-huh.
you can go to the email list, and then after you get them on your email list, then you can send them to the landing page for the workshop. You don't have to see
Mm.
there's different paths. There's different ways of doing it. So you have to find the way that you like to do, and the thing that you like to do. Now, remember I said with the landing page, you could do video. You could do just text.
Oh.
You could do just pictures. You could do a slideshow. It's what you want to do. It's how you feel comfortable sharing the information. Remember I said before, you either do audio, or you do video, or written word. So one of
Mhm.
those three you like to do that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
This is how I like to communicate with my audience, because we're doing video, so we're
Mhm.
good with that. So if I
Mm.
wanted to, I could just go on my video and say, hey guys, I'm having a summer makeup workshop because we need to get ready for summer because of the new colors and styles and the things that are coming up. And I want you to know about it. So please, please go to whatever.com, because you're going to tell them whatever.com and you're going to have the URL. And when they go to that, it's going to be that page that I talked about where they sign up for your mini workshop, for your webinar, for whatever little training that you're giving. Those people that sign up for that, they're
Mhm.
targeted. They're already warmed up, and it's called a warm lead. They're already warmed up because they know who you are. They know what you do. They follow you online. They did what you said, the call to action. They put in their email, and they put in their email address to sign up for the workshop. So those are warm leads. Now, they have also something called cold leads, which is really people that don't know anything about you. And that's where we go at the beginning with the attention, the content, the call to action, and then the split where
Mhm.
you either do straight email list or you do straight to the landing page. Now, which one is better? It's up to you. So you
Mhm.
can do this process and decide, I want people to go on my email list. And then once I talk to them, with email messages, then I might ask them to join the workshop, or I could just go straight to the workshop. It's your choice. One way is not better than the other. It's just the way that you find that works. And again, you have to do it with trial and error. Let me check the comments. Okay. Okay, Lakeisha. Yeah, she said. Oh,
This
here
one
she.
about that
Yeah.
about Jill. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, okay. She says, ACC cool.
Mhm.
Lakeisha says, everybody's not your customer. Be okay with that. Yes, a lot of people aren't. They not. But you have to you have to get used to the idea that you can't sell to everybody, because just because some people may not like to talk about makeup. Some people want to talk about golf. Some people like jewelry. Some people like
Mhm.
fashion. Some people want to talk about coffee. You have to figure out how to get targeted people to get interested in your business and what you do online.
Mhm.
And Jill says, seems that video rules. I need to do so much more of it. I just get nervous pre-video, but natural ones on. Okay. So what we could do about that, Jill, is you could just practice on your phone or on whatever process you use to make the video, and don't go live. You could just keep
Mm.
doing it until you feel comfortable to where you're talking to a friend. And you might want to do that approach. Like I'm talking, when you're looking at the camera, I'm talking to a friend. I'm talking to one friend, and that's my
Yep.
friend. I know how to talk to her. So
Put a
think of your
picture up there.
yes, think about the customer. You're talking to one person and looking in the camera, how you talk to that customer, how you talk to them as if they were your friend. And just practice that
Mhm.
over and over. Another thing you might want to do is do audio only. Like everybody on
Mm.
their phone has an app that does audio only recording. Just talk into it. Just the what I'm trying to get you to understand is that the process of talking, just talking, ignoring the
Mhm.
camera, ignoring that people are watching, because that's the thing. You're getting in your head that people are watching me and I'm getting nervous. So, but
Mhm.
everybody gets like that. This not just you. Everybody gets like that. The
Yes,
key
and
to
she's
getting over
very
it,
comfortable when
right?
she's in front of the camera.
Right. So that means that she needs to practice some more until she gets to that point to where when she hits record, boom, she goes right into it because she's done the practice of it. So you
Mhm.
just want to practice it. That's the work. Let's see. Okay. Lakeisha says, sometimes you need to give something. Like I'm sending samples now and doing virtual facials, but
That's
uses
nice.
in-person facial, and call to action is us meeting and then they buy. Okay. This is good. Thank you. Thank you, Lakeisha. We have to figure out how to do this virtually. And you're doing
Mhm.
good. Now you have to give them something. You're right. So this is the deal. Now, remember with Caroline and her mask that she's going on live
Mhm.
and getting the money, getting them to pay through Cash App, and then getting the email and sending it out. So now if they want samples, you decide how they tell you they want the sample. Like, do they DM you? Do they Facebook Messenger you
Mm.
the address
Just
and you
sign
mail
up
them? Now,
for it. Uh-huh.
right now, see, here's the key. Now, Carolina goes to the post office on Friday. She doesn't go every day. She says, and she lets people know, I'm mailing them out on Friday, so you might not get them
Mm-hmm.
right away. So this is the deal. You can still send them samples by getting their information, letting it know that it's confidential, because your D is a
Mm-hmm.
private message, and you can mail it to them physically and let them know, I'm not mailing it out every day. I'm going to gather everybody Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday I mail it, or whatever day that you decide. But because you need to
Okay.
minimize the risk to yourself of going outside and going to the post office and stuff. But you can still do the sending them the samples. Now,
Yes.
the virtual facials. This is what this is the thing that I've been thinking about, and I know I've seen some businesses do that. Everything has to be online now. So you get on Zoom with a client and you and them do a Zoom, or I don't even recommend Zoom. There's other platforms, like there's WebEx, there's Appear. It used to be called Appear.in, but it's called
Uh-huh.
something else.
Oh, is it?
Um,
Okay.
you could use that, and you could also do StreamYard. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
get the paid version of StreamYard. You can get the free version of StreamYard. You go into the StreamYard, you don't record, and you send them the invite link. And the two
Mm.
of you are on camera like this, and you're telling the person how to do the facial while they're in their home. And the thing about StreamYard is you can use the phone to go into
Uh,
StreamYard. So they don't have to
yes.
be on a laptop. Like, they could go in the bathroom and bring their phone and do it, and they could show you what they're doing, and you on the other side coaching them. Okay, do this, no, do that, put more of this,
Mm-hmm.
no, you know what I mean? You could do
Yes.
that. That's the process.
Upward strokes versus downward strokes. Um,
Right. So,
yeah.
but that's the part Do you know how to, tell them how to do the facial properly? And once that's over, then you can go into, okay, the person could be happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you send you're welcome. And then say, I'm going to keep in touch with you. Then you could send them an email to some other thing that you want them to buy, or the list of
Mm.
products, or whatever it
Mhm.
is that you have to sell in your store on your website. See, the
Okay.
process, you can still do the process of meeting clients. It just has to be virtually. You
Mm-hmm.
have to figure out the logistics. And then after that, make sure you touch up with them and saying, these are the products I told you about that you want to purchase to keep your skin. You know that part, Lakeisha. You know
Mm-hmm.
that part. So that's how you have to do it. You have to pretty much do it online. Jill says, yes, once on, it's all good. It's only prior to pressing live that I get nervous. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody gets nervous when they're pressing that live button.
And
Everybody.
especially when it's new. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you a secret, Jill, and everybody who hasn't done a live. When you do your first live, well, she's done a live, but if you haven't done your first live, you're gonna suck and mess up on the first one. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. But guess what? We're all human, so we know that everybody's not going to be picture perfect. That's the thing you need to remove about being perfect. The dog is
Yeah.
gonna bark. My daughter just walked in front of my light. Um, th-
Stuff
those things,
happens.
yeah.
And
So
and
you're
you know,
gonna,
it used to
yeah.
happen on
Go
live
ahead, go ahead.
TV too, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you make a joke of it. Say, hey, my dog is barking. They want to be a part of the live, or these are the kind of things when you start to think about, I'm talking to a friend. What happens when you're talking
Mm-hmm.
to a friend on the phone? The dog barks, the kid jumps on you, and mom, blah, blah, blah. There's all kind of cacophony of noise going on. So you
Yeah.
could laugh about it like you do with your friends,
Yes, they
because
do. They.
you're making them your friends. Yeah, I see the comments. I'm gonna go back. Um, Lakeisha says, just don't think about it, Jill. Right. And then she says, press go. Yes. And she says, I like StreamYard. Mm-hmm.
I did too.
That's what she used. Okay. And then Jill says, people connect to imperfection, make mistakes, and grow. Yes. We're in a part of society, even more so that now everybody's at home, that
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing that perfection, TV level perfection, is not the way to go. You don't want to be, I always say, you don't want to be a news anchor or live.
Mm.
This is
Yeah.
today's news and let me talk. That's not how it works with live. You want to be in the moment, real. Okay, for example, I don't know if everybody knows, but it was a big deal this weekend that I think it was Saturday, Teddy Riley, the artist, Teddy Riley and Babyface, the artist, were supposed to go on Instagram Live and play the
Mm-hmm.
songs and have a little battle. Well,
Mm.
Teddy Riley decided to go extra and have a whole 50-piece band set up and go on Instagram Live. Babyface was on Instagram Live as with just the phone and him in his home studio playing the
Mm-hmm.
songs. So Teddy Riley, with all his big setup of microphones and dancers and a 50-piece band, he had 100 people in his house. The live couldn't go on because it was too much for the live. There was echoing, no one could hear the music and what have you. So the process of doing a live is simple, especially Instagram Live. Less is
Mm-hmm.
more. So Instagram Live is you pick up your phone, you press the button. Hey guys, how are you doing today? I want to talk to you about whatever. What's going on with you guys? How are you doing during the quarantine?
Mm.
You talk.
Yeah.
So, but he's an old school artist who was like, I'm gonna do a concert
It
with
needs to be
dances and
staged.
but you don't do a stage. You don't do that on Instagram. Instagram Live is organically the phone. Hey guys, I want to play with you my hits, my songs. Babyface and I are gonna play each of our songs, and we're gonna talk about the stories of the songs. So
Mm.
that was Saturday. Now between Saturday and yesterday, when they did the rematch, there was a whole bunch of memes and stuff online. Like people were making fun of Teddy because he didn't, they don't know they don't know how to do Instagram. Like these are the Gen Zs making fun of the Gen X and the Boomers because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
know the process of doing a live on Instagram is simply press a button and talk.
And go. Mm-hmm.
But one of them wanted to do a whole concert because I want to give the people a show, but live is not a show. Live
Mm-hmm.
is I got something to say. I'm talking to my friends. I hope you become my friends because we're talking and connected through this camera. Me, I'm sitting on this side of it going, I'm talking to a piece of equipment and it doesn't feel real. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And then you forget that you're talking to a piece of electronic equipment because
Mm-hmm.
there are people on the back end of that camera and you're connecting with them. So that's a process I want you to think about. Don't overthink it, just do it. Don't worry about, oh, well, people don't like this. I don't know what to say. Just talk. And the
Mm-hmm.
more you practice off live, you could, like I said, you could just practice on your phone. You could practice with audio, just talk. And once you get ready to do the live, you press the button and you start talking. That's really kind of it. So just do more of it. Okay. Let's see. Who did I miss something? Oh, Jill. Okay. Yeah. Sherry Woodfee is here.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. And Jill says, authenticity and kindness rules when connecting. Yes, that's
Thank
it.
you.
And Sherry says, hi, Terry. Hi. And Jill says, Babyface just relied on that classic voice and talent. Yes, it was such a good thing because they did the rematch last night at 8 a.m. on Instagram Live. And this time it was just Teddy Riley in his studio and
Mm-hmm.
Billy Babyface in his studio, and they played the songs and told stories. Like Babyface told a story about Michael Jackson because he worked. Both of them had worked with Michael Jackson, so
Mm.
he told a story that nobody knew before. So they just played the songs, and people were in the comments really happy and everything. So it really worked out.
So it
Lakeisha,
calmed down.
yeah, it calms down. Lakeisha says Roland Martin says they need to use like StreamYard or another platform because it doesn't work with two different feeds coming in. Right. But see, the problem is Instagram Live works as it is. And the key to this is Gen Z uses it. They don't want to go to another platform. That's the key that I saw Roland's posts and stuff because I follow him. And I was telling him it's not about that. They don't care about the sound quality. Gen Z, which is who he's trying. You're trying to reach Gen Z because Gen Z doesn't know these two artists that well. We do. So
Mm-hmm.
you want new ears,
Fresh
fresh
faces. Uh-huh.
ears that buy. So those kids will go and buy after they hear. So this is the
Mm.
thing. They like Instagram Live. We can't move them to something that we like. Because this
Okay.
this whole battle thing, this is not the first one. I think they've done like 10 others. And actually it's Swiss Beats and Timberland, two producers that put it together. So they've done other artists and everything
Mm-hmm.
was fine on Instagram Live because those two guys, those two producers know where the attention is. It's on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram Live. It's not on YouTube. I understand that you want to do a production on YouTube, Periscope, but the Gen Z does they don't go to those platforms. Remember, I've talked a lot here about what Gen Z likes because it's important. And you see with this story of the whole Teddy Riley babyface debacle and the tech issues because Teddy wanted to put on a show. It's not about putting on a show. It's about going to the platform that they like, doing things organically. Swiss said less
Mm-hmm.
is more. I agree. Less is more. You let the music and the experience that these two men have of being in the music industry for so long, you let that talk. And then Gen Z is comfortable because they like Instagram Live. They go, oh, let me check this out. Let me go to Apple Music and buy. That's the whole process. Now I understand what Roland is saying, but you don't want to do a show on Instagram Live. You want to do an organic message.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
don't overcomplicate it. Now there are, they want if they want to do a concert, yes, they put the production up, they stream it to YouTube, all of that, yes, because that's what Roland does. Roland has his news show that he does every day, and he repeats it, and everything goes out to all the platforms. He has it highly produced because he's in news. He comes from news
Mm-hmm.
production. But what they're trying to do on Instagram Live with this verses with the artists and the music is organic. And it's because Gen Z likes Instagram Live. You can't move them from there.
So
Some
it's
some
sort of
some may
like
go to YouTube. Yeah, some of them may go to YouTube, but that's the thing. They're trying to force them to leave their comfort zone. So
mm-hmm.
right now, Instagram Live and TikTok is the comfort zone for Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want their attention, you got to go to them. You can't make them come to your side of the
Okay.
river on YouTube, right? So then I
Yes.
understand what Roland is saying, but I don't think Roland is getting it that Swiss Beats and Timberland know that the kids are on Instagram Live and that's what they
Mm-hmm.
like. They like
Mm-hmm.
that. So you can't pull them off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Gabrielle is here. Hey, hold on. I lost my place. Oh, here she is. Lakeisha says IG wasn't made for that. Right. See, it wasn't made for that. So you have to use the platform organically. Don't make it something that it can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriella says you were in there too. Yeah, I was in there. Jill says, "Oh man, I missed that. Sounds good. Yeah, it was on last night. I think it might be there because it was last night at 8 p.m. So it should, if they saved the IG live, it should still be there. So go to either Teddy Riley's Instagram page or Babyface Instagram page. It was hilarious because they kept going back and forth, and one dropped off, and Babyface pulled out his guitar and he sang a cappella, and the people went crazy.
Mm.
Twitter was lit up. Instagram was lit up. It was, and I watched and after the battle, if you go to Swiss Beats page, he and Timberland get on live and they discuss it. So last night,
Mm.
Swiss Beats said 500,000 people got into the live. I was one of them, and he said 4 million was trying to get in, but the Instagram couldn't handle 4
The flow.
million viewers. Right.
Yeah.
So this is what he's saying. He said last night that 4 million people trying to watch this Instagram live, but Instagram couldn't handle the that many people. But again, where is the attention? The attention is Instagram live. Now they could try to move it to something else. I don't know how successful that would be, but it was just a big. Yeah, and then Lakeisha says IG cuts off it. Yeah, so after an hour it cut off, and they were trying to figure out what happened, and then people were in the comments saying Instagram Live cuts off at an hour, so they restarted another hour. It was just really funny seeing them trying to work with the technology, and then Teddy Riley had people coming in trying to help him. His battery died. Oh, it was just so funny. It was just really funny. You had to be there. Lakeisha says yes, but they will clown you if you don't come right. Right. That was the whole thing. Like they did Teddy. Yes. They had so many memes from Saturday on. There was so many memes. You can go right now to Twitter and find all the Teddy. Just type in Teddy Riley and you'll see all the memes. And Jill says, I wonder what Gary Vee uses for. Oh, he uses StreamYard. I'm not even going to read the rest of the comments. He uses StreamYard. I know because he mentioned it twice. And then in the StreamYard group, they were talking about that Gary got used StreamYard. So, and Gabriella says it's still up on Teddy's page. Good. So you can go to Teddy Riley on Instagram. Just go to Instagram and search for Teddy Riley, and you will see his live there. And then Gabby says they can override the 60 minutes if they contact IG like Diddy. Yes. So Diddy did an Easter fundraiser on Easter, and it went more than an hour. I think it was like 3 or 4 hours. I'm not sure. Gabby, correct me. But he had an Instagram. And here it is, another example of knowing where the people are. Diddy has teenagers. So that's why he didn't do his Easter fundraiser on YouTube. Because YouTube can handle it, but the kids aren't going to YouTube. They like Instagram Live. So he got contacted Facebook, and they set it up where his live wouldn't end after an hour, and it kept going. Lakeisha said, oh, hold up. Sorry. Lakeisha says that's why if they move, they will follow. It really is about the attention. Brenna says he has helped to read from different screens. He doesn't see all the comments. Right. Gary Vee doesn't see all the comments. He has a producer in the back clicking on different things and pulling up screens, but they are using StreamYard. And Gabriella says Diddy was on for 9 hours. So they contacted Facebook. Yeah. So they contacted Facebook before the stream and said, listen, don't cut us off after an hour. We need to keep going. So that's what needs to happen with the verses. And Jill says, thank you, ladies. I have to leave. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jill. Thank you for watching. Lakeisha said, yes, but it overrides for everybody, not just one person. What do you mean? I lost track, Lakeisha. Let me know what you're talking about. I forgot. Brenda says, if you're doing a private party on StreamYard, how many people are permitted? I think it's 6 on StreamYard. I think it's 6 you can get on screen. And Lakeisha says 4 million people. Yes, that was for the Teddy Riley Babyface. They call it, it's not really a battle. It's them playing their songs and talking about their hits and stuff. And we listen. Gabby said Diddy was on 9 hours nonstop. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. So let's wrap this up. I mean, I could keep talking about this, but I really wanted you to get the process of lead generation, being in the lead, the simple part, the simple things that it's really simple. There's more comments. Okay, let's. Lakeisha says if they override the 60 minutes, yes, they need to override the 60 minutes. So lead generation, I really wanted you to come away with this for. It's simple. It's a simple process. It's really everything that you're doing. If you've listened to us before, since we've been on, I've been talking about this process. It's just really called lead generation, of getting people to warm up to your business and to buy. It has to be warm through a process, the lead generation process. You can call it sales funnel if you want. I'm just going to say the process that you do online.
Thank you.
Right. So I want to make it simple. I wanted to make it simple. Now, and I'm going to talk more about lead generation. It's just that it's a big topic. I just really want to get the basics out today. Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you, ladies, for being a part of this. And the guys, I don't know what happened to the guys today, but
we had
lots,
one or two.
Yeah, we had lots of, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
They
So
must
thank
be
you.
busy today.
They're busy. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the questions and the comments and talking about the Teddy Riley thing was really funny. And again, I'll talk more about lead gen. Just let me know if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Also follow me online, Terry Johnson online. Follow the Biz Chicks at Biz Chicks, and we will see you tomorrow with Coach Karen, right?
Yes, she's talking about your money mindset. So tune in tomorrow. We'll be here with more tips and tools to help you do business better. Meanwhile, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Terry?
Yeah. Bye. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
next time. Thank you.